everyone. Welcome to Straight For You, where we're giving you straightforward dialogue with an open mind. I'm your host, Miss Black Diamond, along with the chocolate co-host.
What's up, y'all? How's it going? How y'all doing? Hello. Good morning. All that other good shit. No,
Hey.
folks, how y'all doing out there? It's Trouble the Unruly. We get.
So this is our new thing now? Trouble Unruly?
Trouble the Unruly. Like, I'm kind of.
I'm feeling it now.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I had to feel like, kind of need to change it up a little bit. Because, I don't know. I think, like, trouble was, I kind of feel like I'm kind of outgrowing the whole thing of necessarily just trouble, because a lot of people don't get the connotation or they don't get the positive connotation that comes behind it. So we're just we're gonna fuck it up a little bit more, basically.
Okay, I feel that. I feel it giving them a little extra 2.0 situation, because you know me and my 2.0 situation.
But anyway, so what's good? Like I ain't seen you in forever.
Well, just taking care of business, trying to make sure we do what we need to do, setting our foundation early for Straight For You, because we got our additional. So shout outs to Ruthless BK. So we definitely are making progress, and now that January has already. Yes, that part already. Now we on moving forward. We in February. We doing a damn thing, So hey, got another year of life coming my way.
I was just finna say in a couple of days, like, girl, come on now, get into it.
Yes.
So
yes, another year of a blessing of seeing a full circle. Whole year.
It looking goddamn good too. Come on, man.
Yes, thank you.
Looking goddamn good. Well, goddamn.
Somebody gotta do it in this world. What's good with you though?
Look, I'm taking it day for day. Just trying to stay. Not even trying to stay. I'm staying grateful.
Okay.
Yeah, remaining grateful, and just practicing and trying to master being present in the moment.
Hey, I feel you on that. Like, for real. Mm-hmm. I feel that.
Yeah.
And we all should walk in that moment.
Absolutely. I agree. I think we have a tendency to kind of get away from living in the moment. We be so worried about like tomorrow. And like in word, like the wise words of moms, she always be like, she quotes this to me all the time: don't worry about tomorrow, take care of yourself.
And that's true. And it's always levels, because again, when you have responsibilities, you can't help yourself.
Right.
Think about the next day or the future after that. Mm-hmm. So as long as it's in a healthy way, not just, oh my God, what we're gonna do, that type of thing. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing that we are balanced right now,
come on now.
Let's get into the Straight For You topic.
Oh.
So the Straight For You topic for today is how social media affects us.
You know what? You get on my nerve. You would choose this one first.
Well, hey, they don't know.
No, it's good though.
So, how social media affects us?
I think for me, like right now, my biggest annoyance with social media is that people be putting a lot of toxic shit out there, and people be breathing it in like it's good,
fresh
clean
air.
Yeah, like exactly. Thank you. Like it's fresh air. People be breathing that. People be breathing that shit in like it's fresh air, and I'm not okay with that. Like I'm not okay with like everything that people put out there, because some of the shit is like childish, and some of the shit is fucking toxic, and people like celebrate that shit. Like they celebrate that shit, and they hype that shit. And I'm like,
let's keep it real, Straight For You. Majority, it's on the upper end, not the lower end.
Absolutely. So, like, and people be like eating that shit up, like it's like it's a buffet, and I'm just kind of like, hey, like, come on now, like.
So, do you feel like, in a sense, they're so willing to embrace it and like you said, eat it like a buffet because it makes their life look a little bit better?
And it very well could be. If I had to give you my honest opinion as to why some people eat that shit up, is because people want to feel like they're a part of something. And that's just my honest opinion.
But the toxic part, though?
Even the toxic shit, people that's kind of like the culture now. Like people are kind of celebrating that toxic shit now or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whenever, like, who was that? Kevin Gates. I think at one of his concerts or something like that. I can't remember his quote verbatim, so bear with me. But it was something along the sort of stuff. He was like, it's toxic over here, but you gonna love it over here, baby. And the girls went fucking crazy in the fucking crowd.
Yeah.
Like people celebrating like
it's straight up. He's telling you straight up what it is, and the women like, ooh, I want that shit. But when they in that shit,
right,
it's like a whole different game, a whole different ball. Like, why is he doing this to me? Why is that going on?
And then you want to go to social media and talk about that shit.
But the crazy about that because again, I mentioned this several times in different episodes. It's a gray area now. Guys are doing that mess now. Like, I can see, I hate to say it, I can see more females doing it. But now guys are walking into that door of like being toxic on social media.
What did Jay-Z say? One of his lyrics in one of his songs was appetite for destruction, but I scraped the plate. That's what we got a lot of right now.
Yeah,
people got these appetites for destruction, and they scraping the plate, like scraping the plate clean. But yes,
it makes you wonder.
To your point, yeah, men are getting on the bandwagon. I think it was one. I want to say I feel like it's one of those things. If you can't beat them, join them. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. That. But even still, like that's not
the team you want to join.
That's not the team I want to fucking be a part of. I'll keep to myself, which is part of the reason why, like, I don't really even be on social media like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, the stance of women have a higher stance of putting stuff on social media. But what I don't like is when you expose everything about your life, like everything about your life. Like, you about to go to the toilet and do what? You know what I'm saying? That's how close they are exposing themselves. Like, it's like they eat and breathe the social media. Not saying that we don't use the social media as a positive platform, either for businesses or, just releasing certain things idealistic out here in the world. But when it becomes your world, that's kind of like borderline obsessed with social media, don't you think?
I think so, and like I think the other part of it is like people so starved for attention these days. Like people will just say anything to get some sort of a reaction.
And yes, I've seen plenty of that on social media. Like it definitely comes to the point that you say you're not this, but what you put out appears to be that.
Right.
You say you're not a whore, but you're doing whorish things on social media. You say you're a Christian, but you're doing Christian-like things on social media. And in your eyes, you think it's fun and games. But everybody outside your eyes think it's like, oh, they really like that.
Listen,
they about that life.
There's truth and humor.
And then you got messy people.
Come on now.
Just coming out with the woodworks, want to expose everybody else, but don't want to expose themselves on what they did.
Or they want to jump on the bandwagon and be like, yeah.
And you do have the bandwagon things, Not saying that we all haven't done it. Because you see a situation, you get to laughing and you jump right on in because you feel like it's funny. But if the tables were turned and it was reflected back on you, you and your feelings. So it's like a double-edged sword.
It is.
When it comes to social media, I feel like there are good things and there are bad things. There are awesome things and there's the worst of the worst. Because you have the situation of cyberbullying. It went from regular bullying to cyberbullying and things getting affected on that level. And then you got the stalkers as well, So let's get into some of those.
Let me ask you this. Like, have you ever just like, because like, you can call people on like, I think it's on Instagram and Facebook.
My God.
So like, have you had somebody just like that don't have like your actual number just call you on Facebook? Have you ever had that?
I'm going to tell y'all right off the rip. Yes. And yes, I am a person that don't like that. That's why I don't get answered, okay? For the people that have done it and you watching this show, I'm letting you know, I'm just being straight for you right now. I'm that person, if I'm not like physically close to you, and you don't have my personal number unless I give you my personal number on social media, don't call me on that platform because I'm not going to answer. I'm not. I don't care how you may feel. I don't know you.
Ain't that kind of like a level of disrespect? I feel like that's kind of like a level of disrespect.
Personally, I feel disrespected because again, I'm looking at this randomness.
Right.
You know, and I get the idea of why they made that particular platform for people to keep in contact, but you got the abusers.
Yeah.
They figure like you saying hi or not even saying hi, you just commenting to their comment. Now we go together in their eyes.
Wrong.
Or in their mind. You know. And then for the people, as for a female perspective, my perspective, walking in my shoes, okay, guys, I don't mind you saying or expressing how you may feel about me, but don't think I'm going to jump into what you trying to pursue through your explicit words.
Oh, gosh.
I should say that because that don't turn me on. That makes me want to not communicate with you no further. You know, and I'm a polite person.
Yeah,
I can agree
with that.
Especially with what I got going on.
Right.
I'm trying to be more engaging with my viewers or possibly have potential friendships or associates.
Right.
But when you come at me kind of raw and you don't even know me, that's an issue. You know, that's to me, that's disrespectful. And you might have some people that, I'm saying for the guys that do that, and you might have some females that will jump onto that, be like, ooh, girl, you see what he wrote me? I'm not one of those, just to let you know. You got to come at me different. You got to be different. Got to be a little bit more gentleman-like, a little bit more respectful-like. Cause you don't treat me like some little side hoe and you don't even know me. That's unreal.
And I get it. Like going back to your point, it is a double-edged sword. Like, you know, because in some, I've had situations to where like I was just, I call myself really just being nice, and the person like misunderstood. Yeah, they misinterpret like what it was that and so and I'm just like, oh, this.
If I got a message from you, because I know you, not even if I take that back. If I didn't know you, I know the type of message you will send.
Right.
If I receive that particular message from you as a stranger, I can respect that more.
Right.
Then what can I do to lick this and that and all this other extra stuff? I don't even know what your tongue being, dude. Well, but anyway, go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, I've had situations to where, like, what I may have said was like misinterpreted, misunderstood, and so on and so forth. So give me an example. Like, there was a chick that was talking about, she was talking about how her and all her friends are single and they can't seem to find a guy or whatever. Like a good man. Yeah, a good man. And and I was like, my response was, it's not your fault. And I was like, it's not your fault, but just as well, I was like, you have the power to change that. Come on. And so,
how she took it.
And she was just like, well, no, I don't have the power to change that because guys, and I was like, well.
Come on, say what?
Yeah, she was like, I don't have the power to change that. And I was like, well, why not? She was like, well, it's just because I was like, it's just the caliber of guys that are out here. And I was like, well, you have the say as to who you choose to be with. So you do have the power to say that or whatever. But anyway.
No, I'm listening to what you're saying. I want you to go ahead and be in detail because I'm like, that's strange to me. You're giving positive.
Right, I'm trying to give you positive feedback. I'm sorry.
No, you're straight. Like, we into this. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, you have the power to change it. I was like, maybe it's the caliber of men, that you're attracted or whatever. But I was like, eventually, like you'll find one that speaks to you or whatever. And then she was like, well, I don't necessarily believe that because I know I'm a good woman, and so I got a whole bunch of homegirls that are also good women, but they single too.
So, question on that, because we tapping in as we talking.
Go ahead.
Do she realize that she put her own value down within that conversation?
Ooh, damn! I did.
Because I'm listening
I didn't look
to
at
you.
It like that.
I'm listening to what you just said. You gave her words of encouragement of her value.
Right.
And she turned around and said, no, that's not the case.
Right.
And you're like, how it is not the case. Right. Well, she reflected back on herself that she lowered her value.
Right.
Does she even realize she did that?
And and she probably don't, because like what I was saying was, I was like, a lot of guys are probably on the other side. A lot of guys are probably afraid to step to you because they know the character, or they like or they see you, like they see you and they know that like these men know if they ain't got their shit together that they can't just step to you any kind of way.
Certain caliber of men, right? Some men some. Because you got to be careful. You got the ones that don't give a damn.
Right.
They'll step at you with nothing.
Right. This is true.
And still think they got it like that.
But I say that to say that, like, in that whole conversation, she was just like, well, it kind of making it seem like it was all on the men. You know what I'm saying? And,
no, baby.
And and so basically I had to just be like, okay, let me back away from this conversation,
and
because
because
she was gonna keep going.
Yeah.
And we.
You know how that goes. Yeah,
we weren't gonna get nowhere. We weren't gonna get nowhere. So I was just like, okay, you got it. Like, let me.
And
back
you did right, but I commend you as a man stepping up to the plate to show her that she does have a choice.
Right.
Whether she understands that or not, that's on her. Because again, I commend you as a person that's on social media, looking at what she's saying and evaluating it from your perspective.
Right.
Instead of her looking and reading.
Right.
She took it as a offense.
And that's part of the issue with the whole social media thing.
Also, let's flip the coin.
Okay.
How many times she experienced disrespectful things on social media? That's just like you guys.
Pretty sure on several
it's the higher end.
Because she got luggage. She got hella luggage for days. She got don't, and like that be one of the main things that like guys always compliment on. And whenever they do, they don't like. She leave them on mute. Like, she don't even respond to those kinds of comments. You know what I'm saying? So, So from the male's perspective of receiving certain things, DMs from females, do y'all look at it in a higher stance compared to the females? Like, oh, this she really want me, and pretty much, let's be straight for you again, somebody to fuck. So,
potential.
I'm finna tell on myself. Oh gosh. So,
they ain't have to know it was you.
Well, no. And it ain't even necessary. This is not a necessarily scenario. This is more so my thoughts and my feels on the situation. Like, I think for me, in a lot of cases, things that do kind of go like that. In some cases, I kind of find myself starved for attention. You know what I'm saying? Or starved for positive comments. I think that's the way that I want to say. I find myself starved for like positive comments. So even regardless of whoever it may be coming from, even if I'm not interested in you in that light or whatever, I'm still in a place to where I can be like, like, thanks, I appreciate that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, and then whenever all of a sudden, like I guess when you take that as something else, whenever I wasn't, necessarily projecting it like that, just really trying to be nice, and you slide into the DMs, I'm just kind of like, hold up now, like,
because they finally didn't experience a situation where somebody was really giving them that attention,
right? And I have a bad habit because, again, telling on myself, I have a bad habit of, because sometimes I'm starved for the attention or starved for the compliments. I have a tendency to kind of like let it run a little bit longer than it should.
Yeah.
I'm working on like trying to like cut that shit like off like before it gets out of hand or whatever.
Because I have the tendency to be the nice turn down.
Really?
I'm the nice turn down. Like, oh, thank you, but and then they want to go even further, then I have to pretty much ignore your ass. When you get to the point of me ignoring you, you keep giving me this like constant sexual innuendos, and I'm like, I ain't jump, I ain't hop, I ain't even try to fly on it. Maybe you used to those women. Again, it makes me feel like those particular people, whether it's men or women, feel like if they keep going with the sexual shit, that they'll eventually give in. No, baby, everybody ain't gonna do that. I'm one of them that's not gonna do that. I have more value in you, as well as myself, if you came correct. Not in a, I want your body. I already know you want me. I already know that. Now, what you gonna do with it? Again, I am not some of these particular females out here that soon as you blow in their ear or blow in their neck, oh my God, let me take it off. No, I am not that person, okay? I'm just letting them know. And you're not that type of man either, I assume.
Did you? Why? So you gonna sit there like that?
The way you looked at me, because I said it and you looked at me sideways. I was like,
because I was like, I wasn't ready.
Maybe I spoke too soon. You know what I mean? Because as soon as I'm giving you your highlights, you like.
Well, no. Okay. So let me explain.
Yeah. I was like, damn, maybe I'm wrong.
No, let me explain. Like I say, I have a tendency to kind of let shit go a little bit longer than it needs to sometimes. Or whatever.
It's
like,
entertaining.
It's entertaining.
Well, that's
you know
okay.
What I'm saying? Because I'm like, oh, you know.
But I expect that from a man.
You know what I'm saying? And like, oh gosh, and I feel like I don't need to say this, but I'm gonna say this anyway. Like, and like the thing is, like, it's gotten to the point because like I'm such a cool dude. Like, I'm so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Cool
like,
and calm.
Right.
Yes.
Like I be having gentlemen try to slide in my inbox, and I be like, hey, right.
I be having females too.
Right. And so you know, I remember when I like first started waiting tables. There was a bartender. She was lesbian, but I'm not exactly sure which one she was at the time or whatever, or what she is currently. Anyway, I still love her to life. We still like shoot the shit, but you know, at one point in time, like I was kind of like I was homophobic because I didn't understand and so on and so forth. Not even so much that like I grew up in church and you know that whole thing.
Yeah,
but anyway,
that's another topic.
Yeah, but anyway, moving on. Like after getting to know her, I was like, damn, she's fucking cool as shit. Like regardless of whatever, you know. And so she was like, baby, let me tell you something. She was like, you be flattered. She was like, don't ever be offended if a man is interested in. She was like, you be flattered. She was like the fact that she was like that means you attractive enough that both sexes want you. She was like, baby, you need to be flattered. So you know now, me taking that and that's kind of a part of me now. You know what I'm saying? To be flattered or whatever. Like I have to when gentlemen, I appreciate it. I'm flattered, but that's not my cup of tea.
And
you know,
and
you know what I'm saying, and I keep it light and
hard and aggressive,
right. You know what I'm saying, and even whenever I see whenever it's been people that I see like on a daily that have slid my DMs, I still chop it up with her. I still treat them like everything is everything, but I'm just like, hey, like. That's not my cup of tea. Like, hey, I appreciate it.
And I love your approach because that is more humane than anything. Because again, a lot of us lose that. But when they start getting very aggressive, you hear the aggressive.
And that's the thing. Fellas, men are aggressive as shit.
So you know how we feel.
Look,
you getting that little aggression from a male trying to get with you. Imagine a woman receiving it, like for real though, like yo.
And to your point, and that's the reason why I feel like I understand why women like don't necessarily say no to a lot of shit. They just try to de-escalate, or they just try to hurry and be like here and then like skedaddle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because like
because they get that testosterone kick in. Then for some people that ego collide with the idea that they got turned down, not listening how they were turned down. Yes, it was a turn down, but it was a respectful like no. I'm either with someone or no, I'm not interested.
Right.
But thank you anyway for your compliment. That's me.
Right.
Now, if you want what I said, 3 sides of me. The black, the diamond, and the happy in between, which is black diamond. Now, don't make me turn into black. You heard the song change. Don't make me turn into black. Black, I don't give a fuck about your feelings and how you roll. But at the end of the day, I stay on the diamond side, between side. Like, yo, I understand your feelings. And I've had people approach me that were of the opposite sex or or within my sex. And I say like, yo, I understand your feelings.
And I've seen it on
like
a few
literally
occasions.
I understand your feelings. I don't fault your feelings. And it's not going to change how I view you.
Right.
We just can't be together.
Right.
That's it. That's all.
And So you know what I'm saying. So like like, slide in the DMs, like I said, going back to just like a comment, just hey, like trying to like show some appreciation or whatever.
Beautiful,
right? Trying to show some appreciation and spread some positivity. Yeah. Get the wrong idea. Yeah. Hey, the next thing bling, and I'm like, who the fuck?
But at least I saying nice,
right?
Until it get ugly.
And that be the thing. Like I guess what I'm still not understanding, or how I still don't know, or I guess what I'm struggling with is still how to maneuver in those situations when those things do come up on social media, because like the experience is different when you face to face versus on social media, because like even in text messages you can say right, exactly, yeah, exactly. So even though you got this big ass platform, you know what I'm saying, with these thousands of people with these personalities or whatever, I feel like I still struggle like day to day to kind of maneuver as to like what's appropriate and so on and so forth. So like social media kind of makes me uncomfortable, because like the moment I feel like I'm posting too much, I'm like, Rashad, like you doing too much, you need to calm down.
I look at it like this: do what's best for you, and I'm talking to the audience too. Do what's best for you, but
she's talking to y'all.
Also, in the same token, understand that's your platform. It's yours.
Right.
How many posts you put, that's on you. You're gonna have some people like really into it. You're gonna be some people like, damn, why all this verbiage? But at the end of the day, for the ones that are comment to them or respond to them in a cautious way.
I like that.
Because at the end of the day, they are viewing it along with others, and how you respond to them. Say, for instance, somebody pissed me off on my social media page, and I had plenty of those.
Right.
Because some things going viral. But instead of me giving that negative energy they gave to me, I reverted it back on their ass in a positive form. And there's no way they can come back from that, because again, they're gonna look like the ass. Nope. No, but you good. I had to embrace that, because again, the platform that I'm creating. Right. Versus if I wasn't trying to create a business or me, I ain't finna lie, because that's just my personality. Right. But if it wasn't for the sake of this being additional with me, it's gonna be somebody gonna rub me the wrong way. And I will blaze. And the problem with my blaze, and I'm going to be honest.
That shit is down.
Yeah, the problem with my blaze, that's stuff that I've packed down for years. Right. And that's the honest truth. That's something I packed down for years.
And when it has to the surface, it's like a goddamn volcano.
Because I'm about to see another year. Y'all don't know particularly how many years, but best believe it's enough.
Yeah, she's 35.
It's enough. No.
She's 35.
But anyway, so that can be an explosion, because I mentally think beyond myself the day that somebody gonna rub me the wrong way, and I have to do a public announcement. I ain't gonna do just them. I'm gonna do a public announcement. Ooh. So whoever attempts to come at me again, receive this. I call it the dragon fire. That heat. Ooh. But at the end of the day, we're going to pinpoint that point. Yes, pinpoint that point.
We putting the pin in? Okay.
Yes, because it's that time for where we give straight for you outside perspectives, a highlight, where we pick one male and one female to give their idea or perspectives about today's topic. So which one you want?
Let's go with the woman. Let's.
Look at you, because I already got her up.
Yeah, let's go with the woman.
All right. Today's straight for you female is Miss Jacqueline. Hello, Miss Jacqueline.
Okay.
All right. She says social media has made us lazy about life.
Come on now.
It's now easier to post and comment on others' experiences than it is to go outside in the world and interact with people to create your own.
Ooh.
Again, Miss Jacqueline, shout outs to her, stated social media has made us lazy about life. It's now easier to post and comment on others' experiences than it is to go outside. I mean, go out in the world and interact with people to create your own. So let's chime in on Miss Jacqueline. She feels like we just got lazy with life, you know, and to the point that we don't even want to experience our own personal memories. Because back in the day, they didn't have social media.
And you had to talk to each other. Like, yes. You had to. But now people be at the same table and everybody be on their phones. Like, and don't talk to each other. And what's crazy is I remember when shit got so bad one time to people were so uncomfortable with talking to each other. They be sitting like right next to each other or across from each other, and they be texting each other.
That's weird.
Let's be honest. It got real out of hand at one point in time. Yeah. And I still kind of feel like a lot of people are a lot more comfortable going back to like what you were saying about like the cyberbullying and stuff like that, because people talk a real good game on like, you know, on social media, and then, you know, when people pull their card, oh no, I didn't know, I didn't like that,
until they get their ass
right,
busted.
Exactly.
It's just weird that you say that, because I've been with people like that were very close to me, and I say in an intimate way that I be trying to engage in a moment with them, right? And they so busy on their phone, right? So, and this is a period of time of that, right? So I got tired of voicing that to the point I started picking up my phone, right, when they're around. And then they want to say, well, you always on your phone, but you've been on your phone for quite a period of time. So why are you going to judge me picking up my phone when you've been constantly on your phone? Right. I'm trying to enjoy the moment, the memories of it all. Trying to be present. And you trying to be on social media, hitting likes and whatever on Instagram and Facebook, and try to keep up with the masses when you have a person right next to you. Right. That is interested in you. So that can hurt relationships.
Yeah, I believe it.
You know, because again, you so busy trying to find the things that are greener on the other side, don't know how much it took to water it.
Yeah, the grass is green where you water it.
Yeah. And I say this on one episode, who's to say if that's real grass? That might be just turf, you know? Like, for real. You know, there's so many filters and everything else out here. You thinking that you out here loving and chiming with the bomb female or male, and they can be catfishing you the whole time along with everybody else.
Got to be more careful.
But am I lying?
No, not at all. Not at all. And so I think for me, what I feel like I'm experiencing now is one of my current struggles, because I got into such a habit of wanting to stay out the way.
You better get in the way sometime.
Look, you're not the only person that hasn't said that. I struggle,
had to learn it.
I struggle so much with, like, you know, be like, oh, like, let me just stay out the way, you know, let me stay out the way, let me like mind my business, be ducked off somewhere or whatever, and like I can't always do that.
You can't, and I had to learn that the hard way also, you know, because sometimes it hinders you from where you need to be.
Yeah, hinders you from your growth or whatever. Because like it like I have like so much stuff that I be wanting to say all the time, and I be like, I'll type it out.
Flip that coin.
I'll type it out, and then I'll type it out on like a social media, like on some social media platform, and then I end up deleting it because I'm like, you know, I'll just be like, it don't even matter.
Child, bye. And I get it, because I've done it. But sometimes you gotta be like, you know, if it's in your spirit at that moment in time and it's valid to what's going on, right? Gotta flip that coin.
Yeah,
gotta get a coin literally and flip it, like leave it to the God.
I gotta get out my own way with that. Yeah. You know, I think because I'm so cognizant of how quickly it is to get caught up in the shit storm of social media, I'd be like, let me.
But they create shit storms, even when you try to be the sweetest or kindest person in this world, and they will find a way
to suck you in. Yep.
Yes, like, why can't I just be a positive person in this world trying to create positive results? Why must I be more? Well, not even more, less than that, okay? Because you want me to come out my way. You want to see me fumble. But you might get a little trip, just a little trip. But you ain't gonna. I ain't finna fall for you.
But the thing is, I don't even think people do this shit on social media, but they probably wouldn't do a lot of stuff. They probably wouldn't even do that face to face.
They wouldn't do it to their own children. Mm-hmm. But let's pinpoint this moment because it's time for our Straight For You sponsor highlights. So in the meantime, between time, we shall see you on the second half. Peace. Everyone, welcome back to Straight For You, where we're giving you straightforward dialogue with an open mind. I'm your host, Miss Black Diamond, along with my stank face host.
I knew you was gonna do that shit. I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you was gonna do that shit. I knew it. What's cracking, y'all? Listen, Rashad, aka Trouble the Unruly.
Hey.
And we back. Yes, I knew you was gonna do that.
You ain't gonna be stank facing me. And
I knew you was gonna do that shit. I knew you was gonna do that.
You ain't gonna be stank facing me, honey.
I knew you was gonna do that. That's why I was like, let me just sit up here and wait. That's why I ain't drink that yet. I was like, I'm gonna wait because I knew it would come. Okay. Carry on.
Look at you knowing me.
Carry on. Mm-hmm.
But moving forward, we talking about our topic for today, which is how social media affects us. Okay, and we got really into it on the first half. You know, we even had our female perspectives, saying pretty much social media has made us lazy and not really get into our own experiences like we should because we so into everybody else's.
And everybody else's business, we ain't even,
so I think that was a strong stance from our female perspective.
Miss Jacqueline?
Yes, indeed. So shout outs to her. Let me give her a hand clap for that perspective. And I need to start doing that more often.
Right.
So moving forward, let's talk some more because we tapped in a little bit about the relationship. And you know how social media kind of affects that stance because on both ends, whether female or male, you do have people that be on they phone a lot, just clicking and liking and clicking and sometimes DMing, you know.
Yeah.
So how do we feel on that?
So look, I've gotten in trouble for like what I perceive to be innocent.
Yeah.
Like just liking a photo or whatever. I've gotten in trouble for that. Like, you know, being in a relationship, she was like, hey, like, I don't like that. I feel like you're being disrespectful. And I was like, you know, at the time, I was like, it's just, I'm liking a photo. I was like, it's not like I'm doing anything with it, you know? And, you know, and I still felt that way, but just what she was just like, well, I don't like it. And I was like, okay.
I can respect that. I
was like, look, in order to alleviate this situation, let me go back and unlike the post. I'll just go unlike it. It was a photo. It was a photo of Bria Miles.
Was it an ex or something?
Yeah, it was an ex. Yeah, it was one of my exes. Yeah,
okay.
It was one of my exes. Yeah,
because I'm gonna let you finish and I'm gonna tap it.
Oh, okay, yeah, it was one of my exes or whatever, and I liked the photo of Bria Miles. Oh, shots. Oh.
Oh Lord, let me bring back memories.
I'm just saying because look, I look. She's gorgeous. Anyway,
and this your ex?
Yeah, this was my ex that she saw it and
so you just like the celebrity photo?
Yeah, I like the photo. It was Brit Miles and she was in a swimsuit. She was in a swimsuit, so showing a lot of skin.
Okay.
And so the ex was just like, I don't like that. You know, like I don't like that. I feel like you're being I feel like you're being disrespectful, and you know, or whatever. And she was like, you liking all these naked women photos? I was like, she's not naked. She's got on a swimsuit or whatever. But I get it, or I understand. So I was like, hey, I'll just go and like it. I'll just go and like it, and problem solved.
She's so sweet.
Problem solved. You know, like. So when I'll say this: when I'm in a relationship, I try my best to be like, you know, to be accommodating in all forms of fashion. Because in other cases, I take the low road. I don't try to, I don't always, I don't always try to turn the other cheek nowadays. Like I'll take the low road now, but like, when I'm in a relationship, I'm gonna try to accommodate, do a little bit of bending and compromising and so on and so forth. So, she felt the ways about it. And she even went as far as to like, you should unfollow. Well, like, hold on now. Hold on now. Like, hold on now. Like, you're doing a little, you're doing a little much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like,
that's controlling.
Right. But anyway, go ahead. Cause that's it.
Your story. It showed me slight insecurity.
Oh.
And a lot of control.
Oh.
That I'm just being honest. Now I'm gonna give you my stance as a female, my perspective.
Okay.
Not everybody else is gonna be online with me.
Let's hear it.
I don't have an issue with you liking photos. But it has to be universal photos. Now, I don't even have an issue with you occasionally listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like a photo from your ex. But if it's constant, like, and this is where I get a little tricky with it.
You better than me, cuz.
No, this is me.
Go ahead.
I said occasionally. That's once in a motherfucking blue moon. And it better not be that particular picture that you. But let me say my piece. But and that's why I said everybody's not gonna stand online with me.
Right.
Where comes the problem if it's a constant of your ex's things, because I don't even like my ex's things.
Right.
And if it do comes to the point that I see something that they did, and mostly like something with their newfound family or girlfriend or something of that nature.
Okay.
That's my liking of my ex moving on and finding happiness.
Right.
But that's just me. But when I do have a problem with my man commenting sexual innuendos or what perceived to be sexual innuendos along with this like.
Okay.
The water splashing and the licking or the emojis
purple pickle.
Or what that mouth do and all that other stuff, and just constantly giving sexual conversation within these photos.
Right.
Now, a man's going to look at what a man's going to look at, just like a woman's going to look at what a woman. Back in the day before, but before social media, you had the magazines.
The magazines.
You had the magazines with the naked folks, the Playboys and all that other Playgirls and all that other stuff.
Is that still a thing?
Shoot, I don't even know, honey, because it's so given so freely on social media. They probably lost a lot of money because of social media, but sex sells. But I'm just saying, sex sells.
Right.
And as an adult, you should understand that, because as a woman, I like to see a nice chiseled guy, and after a while, I might hit the light. Okay. With several different pictures, but at the end of the day, I'm not really commenting. And if I do comment, I send a little heart or a little, because but I don't say I'm lusting over you, what that mouth do, and all that other stuff. But I'm single. I can do that. But I never did it with, stuff like that.
And you know what I've come to realize on social media? Like, there's certain things that I see, women are nastier than
women
men.
Is nasty too.
Women are nasty too. Y'all nastier than men. Like, look, y'all are nastier than men.
But who talk? All that little grimy stuff y'all be DMing, but at the end of the day, I can't even say y'all talk. It's just the simple fact we have thoughts too. And men forget that sometimes. We have our little freaky ways of saying things and making sly comments or just being aggressive and don't even want you when we say it. It's just the simple fact of giving a slick talk.
Oof.
And then make you feel like you higher than what you should be and then turn you down real quick. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, back on what we was talking about, as far as the pictures perspective, I don't mind you clicking, because them women be looking gorgeous, and this coming from a straight female. I'm comfortable with who I am. If I see a sexy female, I'm gonna say, damn, you sexy, or you got this going on, or whatever.
So, like, For that particular that instance, whenever she was just like, hey, I don't, it kind of brought me to a silver lining because in a sense, like I kind of got caught up in that whole. I kind of got caught up in that world of like that whole like liking photos and so on and so forth. Like I got caught up into that like real heavy, and then like eventually,
you got a little addicted to it.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, this ain't like. I was like, after a while, like, oh, excuse me. I realized I was like, this ain't even serving me, and I was like, a lot of these women like that I'm following, like I'm never gonna meet any of these women.
And not the point of that. Now I get it. Because I've had that situation.
Girl, your hands is warm.
I stay warm. But at the end of the day, if you do see your significant other just constantly liking photos after photos after photos, it does mess with your image. Right. Like, is that all you want, or are you seeking? Because imagine having your woman sit next to you and you see her just flipping and liking muscular dudes, this type of dude, that type of dude.
Well, it's gonna make me go get my ass in the gym.
But and not just that, you're gonna be like, is she thinking beyond just y'all? Right. And that's what the females are feeling at that moment in time. Now that you are speaking more upon it,
and that was even after her and I relationship changed. Like I found myself like still like in that space of like where I was just like, I ain't gonna never meet any of these women. What the fuck am I doing? Like I ain't gonna meet any of these women. I'm commenting on their shit. Like what the fuck am I doing?
Are you meeting the people in the magazine?
No.
But I'm saying back in the day when there wasn't no social media and they had magazines, they had their little stash on their bed or hiding in the closet.
And this is true, but like a magazine, I want to say this, and I want to say that like a magazine versus social media is different because then you get to see everybody who has a thought, who has an opinion versus magazines. It's just you in that magazine. You know what I'm saying? Versus
But sometimes those opinions is a extra turn on. Because, again, if, say, for instance, from a female, you see this sexy guy pop up and you go to the comments. You listen, you look at what all them women said about that man. I feel the same about a guy. Not necessarily y'all do that all the time. Y'all might not go to the comment, but some of those comments motivate you to say something slick out your mouth. Because they got all this stuff going on too. Me, I'm the opposite. But at the end of the day, again, if it becomes addictive, because that's a little form of addiction of constantly finding particular photos. Because I knew a person that constantly seemed like they love tit pics, like big titty women, big booty women, and they just constantly click. And yeah, it was you. But anyway, no, I'm just playing. Cause you be setting me up for this because of your facial expression.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
It's your facial expressions that give me every time. I'll be like, but anyway.
So that's what we do.
Don't act like you don't like boobies, so you don't like titties and booty.
Look,
come on now.
Look,
come on
move on.
We gotta play, but at the end of the day, I found some people that some men that really go heavy. And you remember back in the day when social media first came out, Facebook. It didn't organize things completely well. And then if you follow somebody, you can see all the stuff that they liked.
All the stuff that they liked and all the people that they were friends with and all of that.
Yes, and it came in your news feed, and then when you address it, they thinking that you stalking them. I said, no. Social media has given me all this evidence.
Gateway to
they were telling on you. And the person that I was with, that's what happened. Social media was telling on them.
So much so the police use that. The police use that for
let's pinpoint that.
Okay.
How social media can actually
get you caught up.
Yes. So let's move on into the straight for you male perspective because we getting close to that time and we don't want to leave him out.
Okay. Let's get it.
So pinpoint the police thing.
Okay, yes. I got you. Okay, put a pin in.
Yes. So today's male perspective is Marcus. Shout outs to Marcus.
Okay. Shouts out to Mr. Marcus.
Yes. Marcus stated.
Not that Mr. Marcus, but
yes. Marcus, our male perspective. Okay. That's all he wanted to give. Okay. So Marcus says social media is a poisonous weapon.
Oh.
People hide behind it to speak boldly about topics they would be afraid to comment on in person. You mentioned that too. Damn. So let's shout out to Marcus. So Marcus said again, social media is a poisonous weapon. People hide behind it to speak boldly about topics they would be afraid to comment on in person. If that ain't the truth, because again, you got those typing gangsters, those online gangsters. So let's try. We pinpoint what we have for the sake of Marcus. So let's talk on what Marcus said. How people want to use it as a weapon, and then when you come challenge them face to face, they bow down.
Oh no, I didn't mean it like that.
And you do got don't think it's everybody, because you do got them crazy ones that still will say what they got to say and challenge you to come in their face and still do what they do.
True.
So, but majority are examples of people that are just online gangsters.
So I want to say that the whole online gangster thing, and just people being more comfortable with saying shit on Facebook, on social media, period, versus face to faces, because like you can ignore comments, you know what I'm saying, versus in somebody in your face and they like, hey,
that's
like you know what I'm saying, like if a person is in your face like calling you out or whatever, you can try to ignore it, but that's a little different versus like social media, because like it's not in your face. It's like you don't have that, like that, the experience of like those extra senses that come along with it, from like,
Yeah.
So people have a tendency to get beside themselves, like, like on social media, and
yes, they do.
Yeah, people have gotten a tendency to get beside themselves. And I've even been in a situation to where like I've had to approach a person and be like, hey, I don't want to get the wrong idea here, but I read your comment. What exactly did you mean by that comment? And then they was like, what comment? What comment are you talking about? So the comment that was said was
my face.
Right. If I could recall back, the comment that was said was Rashad, you know that you don't move around like that, or like basically saying that I don't have the funds, like that I didn't have the money or something like that.
Child gonna be up in my pocket.
Right.
You all up in my pocket.
Right. Basically talking about I didn't have the funds, because the post it was about going out. It was about going out somewhere or whatever. Just like,
so question.
Go ahead.
Do they have the funds like that? Let me take a sip.
Ooh. So yeah, the post was about going like to this expensive restaurant. I was like, oh, that's really, really nice. And I was, and I was asking questions, trying to get some more information, because like people were talking about going, and one of the people was just like, well, Rashad, you don't move around like that. Da, 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 da. So I was just kind of like, So I see them later on. I was like, hey, that comment that you, because I laughed it off. Because there were other people there that like that. You don't
need
everybody.
Social media?
Yeah, this on social media, and I'm like, I don't like everybody in my business. So I was like, I got you. So I see them like in public, and I was just like, hey, what did you mean by that comment? And they was like, well, what comment are you talking about? What comment are you talking about? I was like, the comment that you talking about, I don't move around like that, and so on and so forth. And they was like, oh no, I was just joking. But I've come to believe there's truth in humor.
And it's facts. Again, you didn't even have to say no shit like that, because I could have said, point out your flaws. Not everybody, none of us is rich. But we do make waves where we do for ourselves,
right?
Treat ourselves,
right?
And if you wanted to treat yourself and rearrange some things, that's on you. That's just right. Like me. I don't claim to be. I will be rich, but I don't claim to be rich. But my thing is, I respect the silent gangster.
Right.
I respect the silent gangster. I don't have to go out on social media and say what I will do and what I'm gonna do to a person if they blah this, that, and that. I'd rather move in silence.
Absolutely.
And if you come up to me, you're going to hear the loud noise come your way.
Right.
If you know what I mean. So, other than that, why even have to prove anything when you know what you are? That's, to me, you don't even know who you are when you do shit like that.
Right. And so my thing is like, because you like, and the reason why I talked to them on the side, because I was like, yo, me like on a more personal scale. Like, why would you do that in front of why would you do that in front of people that don't know like the whole situation? Like, why would you do that in front of?
Because it'd be the ones that's closer to you that want, you think that always have your back, they the ones that want to see your downfall. And it's not that they originally want to see you at your higher point. They never liked you in the first place.
So
they just using you as a tool to enable to bring them up or make you feel lower than them to make them feel good.
So going back to what to Marcus, that's definitely it can be poisonous in a sense, because you know what I'm saying, like other people were like laughing, and you know, like
so you the butt of the joke,
right? Exactly.
So if you did that to them,
right? Exactly.
They will be strictly in their feelings, and that's facts. If you flip it back on them, they're gonna be butt hurt.
You embarrassed me. You hurt my feelings.
I want to hear about your feelings when you thought it was funny to hurt mine.
Right, exactly.
And that's how I feel. How dare you? Because I will say what I got to say, and I will say it in an intellectual way. How dare you come at me sideways when nigglets or nigga? You know I know your problems
you know
too.
I know your dirt, mother liquor.
That part. How dare you? Let's not flip that hard of the coin and thinking I'm going to be the butt of your jokes when I know your life too.
You mother asshole.
And from my understanding, my life a little bit higher than yours.
Ooh. Come on now.
You know, so don't do that. Especially for a word of advice. If your life ain't on that upper tier.
Shut the fuck.
That part. Because at the end of the day, if your life was on that upper tier, you wouldn't even be bothered about the little stupid shit that be on social media. Because people about that money don't care about that.
The fact that you stop looking at me, look dead in the camera. Okay, you mean business.
And that's talk to him. But that's real though. Like if you was already in that upper tier, your mind wouldn't be thinking about trying to do some online gangster stuff.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you trying to make that money. You trying to provide for your family. You trying to get things ready for the next generation. That's what I'm doing. That's what he's doing. So again, that just makes me feel the level of mentality you really on. So you trying to bring me down because you feel threatened by me. That's what it looks like. You may not be, but it looks and appears that way. So if you come at me sideways, you are threatened by me. You are threatened.
Come on now.
Enough to go on social media to bring me down.
And trying to embarrass me in front of
Let's think about that. If you have enough energy within yourself to go on social media to talk negatively about me, I'm a threat to you in some type of form. I got some power over you.
Oh, damn. Oh.
But am I lying?
No, you got a good point. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Now, if you did something hurtful or harmful in my life, and I feel the need to warn others about you, that's different. That's when you use social media in a helpful way. Like when you have abusers and rapists and things of that nature.
Didn't we just see something like that recently?
Yes, child. Don't let's not.
I'm not even because look, we didn't see that on several on a few occasions to where
like the shocker of them of it all, and they're within. We seen them face to face,
right?
Shook hands with these people and embraced these people. So I'm like, that's tough. That's tough. Crazy. It is tough, and too bad we can't tell y'all, but we don't know. We got the full story of it. But at the end of the day, just understand, be careful not to just be throwing stuff out there, and don't expect nothing in return.
Well, what about the other one with the local resident that?
Go ahead.
The local resident, she put like all his business out there.
Child, I don't think I seen that one.
You didn't see that one?
I didn't see that one. You'll have to inform me later, and I want to keep the audience in the wind because they're gonna be like, "How you gonna say something and don't tell us?" We gotta work on that.
I get you.
Unless you willing to put it out there. Unless you willing to put it out there, let's not talk about it. That's on the real, and it's got to be allegedly. Okay, because we don't want this platform to come. I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, we pulling a Tasha K and Cardi B up in this bitch.
Sorry, y'all.
But anyway,
we mean to teach y'all like this. We finna get ready to get on the button. Look, I'm just trying to recall the situation but anyway, like before we get out of here, like
no, we got to go back to
that's what I was gonna say. Okay. Like so, and then like Also, being mindful that, like, police are like, the police and like, feds. They using social media for like,
but it's smart though. Are you really like, come on now, you putting everything,
this is true,
all your dirt out there just to get some likes. Careful. But them lights can get you locked up.
Well, so that too is a double-edged sword because, like, they got to the point to where they were like, like the whole Black Lives Matter movement, like, or whatever. Like,
no, those are possibly you tapping into the ones that do the criminal activities.
Well, no, I'm talking about how, like, they were trying to like stop a lot of stuff that was moving, like whenever it had the hashtags with, like, like, and someone, in that particular aspect, but. Just overall, like, the feds and stuff like that, they use that, and you putting all your business out there. A lot of people done caught up, like the people that was taking out them PPP loans and was like stunting on like social media, or whatever. Got their asses arrested because of this trying to floss.
And that's the thing that I hate about low income individual, mid and low income individuals. When we come into something. We don't floss it.
We got to show it off. We got to
spread the money on the bed. And then we got to fan ourselves.
Hold it,
And then want to go on social media and cry when your home is broken into.
Or you get robbed.
Yes. It's cute to see celebrities show off their homes. You hear me? Celebrities. Mm-hmm. Why? Because they have security. Why? They live in a gated community. Mm-hmm. You have to have a code to get in there.
Right.
You, on the other hand, living in regular society, want to show everything in your entire home on social media and wonder why you got broken into. Down to where the camera systems are. Ugh. Down to where you keep your jewelry at. What kind of jewelry you got. Think.
Got to be more careful.
Think, people. These people that are on the upper tier of wealth, they can get away with that because they have the means to protect themselves, and not all of them can be protected. But at the end of the day, majority of them.
But you realize, like, they real subtle about it. Some of them are. Some of them are. I don't want to say all of them.
It's just the urban cultures that really
right.
But the ones that really have the money.
They
ain't on social media talking about or sharing that. And if they do show their homes, it's just like the living room, the kitchen, something for advertisement wise.
That's security, because Floyd Mayweather don't he walk around with like $1 million in cash or whatever? But he got security.
He got security. He got
mean security.
He's paying them for that. He's doing it to floss and show his wealth because that's the kind of person he is, and he has every right to do that.
Right.
He has every right because, again, like you said, but he got protection.
Yeah, he got protection. But
your behind
don't. And you sitting in your car flashing your money, and then somebody then pulled up on you with a gun. Give me that.
And you want to, man, I got robbed. Man, that's my
And then you go to
money.
social media again and have to be like, golly. Anyway.
But it's the truth.
I know we're finna get ready to get on up out of here. Like, don't we got like a positive quote we got to get these people?
Yes, honey, it's that time, and we probably could have went on and on, but it's that time, baby, that we got to keep moving on, moving forward, and help with that social media shit. But anyway, social media and bottom line can be good and bad. Everything in life can be good and bad. How you use it is totally up to you.
Oh.
So on to our Straight For You positive quote, where we give always close to the end of the show.
Come on now.
So our positive quote today says, use social media to show who you are and what you stand for. There's nothing wrong with pausing and eliminating anything that only brings chaos. So again, use social media to show who you are and what you stand for. There's nothing wrong with pausing and eliminating anything that only brings chaos.
Oh, okay. I'm with it.
So that positive quote pretty much saying, stand your ground on who you are, but eliminate all that negative stuff. Because it's not going to do you no good. Now, it's entertaining. If you want to look at it, that's on you, because we all are entertained by chaos. But at the end of the day, don't let it absorb in your life. Watch it, but don't absorb it in your life, thinking that is the norm. It's not. And then when shit happens to you, you want to play victim and cry.
Oh.
You know, so be careful what you bring in your life, around your aura, around your friends, around your family, and be watchful who's really watching you.
Okay.
You know?
Touche.
Don't be mad when stuff comes around crazy in your life when you open that door for everybody to see. Everything about you. It's okay to open some things, not everything, okay?
Got to be careful.
So with that being said, moving forward, it's that time where we just let the people know where we can be found.
Look, you can find me here and everything else, Trouble on There. All things Trouble on There, social media and so on and so forth. But definitely look for me here. This is the place to be.
Hey, that's what's up.
This is the place to be. Look for me here if you don't find me anywhere else.
Don't you be on here? Yes, you do be on here. Give me some love. I love it.
Like, no, this is the place to be. Like if you really want to find where I'm at, look, I'm not hard to find. I'm here. This is where I'm gonna be at. Straight for you, Monday.
Yes, you better let them know.
That's where I'm gonna be at.
Of course, you can find me here, Straight for You, on Mondays. You know, that's what we do. That's what we are. You can find us on Facebook, Straight for You. All right. And also, too, y'all should know by now as far as my social media is Instagram and Facebook is Straight for You. Instagram, TikTok is under Ms. Yes. I'm getting there. I ain't going to be heavy in TikTok like some of y'all. But MZ_Black Diamond. And again, I plan on doing more later on in life. I told you I'm about the 2.0 body. But anyway, I plan on trying to really get back into the Twitter and things of that nature. But again, everything you can find us is in the description box below. And keep supporting, keep sharing, keep commenting, keep subscribing. You know, we appreciate those things. And
keep sharing.
Yes. And hit that like button. I appreciate y'all viewing.
And
but make sure
notification too.
Yes. We need them likes, okay? And please come and give us some ideas of what you think about the topic or some possible future things you want to hear from us. So,
okay.
With that being said,
and don't forget to check out the merchandise.
Yes, the merchandise.
Okay, yeah, because you got on a different color, and you got on a different color, and I'm kind of like,
I think I'm gonna get this color to you from now on. I'm gonna get this color with you from now on. You know, because we have our final edition. Don't think I'm gonna be constantly. No, that's not the. That's it. That's it. We had our situation with Remedy. Remedy had to take care of some business, which we respect. But
he'll be back though.
Now you never know.
But I think he'll want to.
But my foundation is set. I'm hitting the gavel.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No, he can come. You know, because we already introduced him as a family. He is family, so there's no getting rid of that. But the gavel of more additional people.
I was just like, shit, maybe you can come over here. Maybe you can come over here and do like a small, a 15-minute set or something like that or something.
Yeah, we'll have some conversation because I don't mind him coming through and having some conversation. Future, we're gonna try to set up some special guest co-hosts.
Oh, okay.
Special guests, no additionals. They guests. So I just want to make sure the foundation was strong. Like I said on the previous episode, just making sure everything is set in stone the way I want it to be for this platform. Okay. So that's it. That's all. So in the meantime, between time, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all who supported us from day one and our future supporters. Thank you. That's for y'all. And definitely we'll see you next Monday. Peace.